Hey guys, what is up here? It's your boy Gold Titanium 68 and welcome back to a new YouTube video. Today we're looking at the coaster lineups of Cedar Point, the roller coaster capital of the world. First one is Blue Streak. So, Blue Streak isn't really... well, it is a coaster. It's more of like a team coaster. They used to have two, actually, they used to have two wooden coasters. Now that Mean Street closed, there's only one thing. There's only a one roller coaster. It's built by it's a Philadelphia Toboggan wooden coaster, built in '64. It is, and yes, it is actually the oldest ride in the park. Next is a Cedar Creek Mine Ride. This is an aerodynamics mine train. Pretty self-explanatory. It's a hybrid mine train, wood tracks. Wood frames, wood supports, steel tracks. It's kind of like a older version of RMC's iBox, except it's like they decided to do like the circular things of like every roller coaster, and just put steel tracks on the bottom of it. And just let you know, it's opened in 1969, 5 years after Blue Streak. Next is Corkscrew. This is a aerodynamics looping coaster. I personally went on this one, and it is not that good. I mean, it's cool that it's that it loops, and it's the first coaster to include 3 inversions. The first one to do a double loop consistently, but it's not that. It's a good ride. It's very bumpy. Which you can also explain why, because it opened in 1976. Next one is Gatekeepers. This is the B&M winged coaster, the first thing you will always see when you're entering Cedar Point. This is actually really cool. So it opened in 2013, and yes, it does hold the record for the tallest inversion. Because, like most other wing coasters, instead of going straight down into your drop, you are turned around into an inversion and then drop down. But the cool thing is, it's got two near miss elements with the two keyholes that also include the gate, which is also why it's called Gatekeeper. Next is Gemini, another aerodynamics coaster. This is another hybrid aerodynamics coaster, and it's a dueling coaster. At this time, it was opened in 1978, and it was the tallest, fastest, and longest dueling coaster when opened. I mean, it's a pretty good ride, even though, yeah, it's somewhat bumpy. It's not that bad. Next, we have Iron Dragon. This is an aerodynamic suspended coaster, opened in 1987. I think before this, they had another aerodynamic suspended coaster that was known to be rough and really didn't do well. I personally did not ride this one because I kind of really didn't have that much time and just was working on getting on all the other stuff. Next we have Magnum XL200, the aerodynamics hypercoaster, the first ever hypercoaster. Wow. I have not been on this one, which is very sad, saying that I've heard it's a very intense ride, but I have heard from other family members that it's a very bumpy ride. But yeah, saying that it opened in 1989, yeah, that makes a lot of sense because everybody wants to ride the hypercoaster. But back then, yes, Maverick, the Intamin launch coaster. This is actually a really nice ride, especially with its 95-degree drop. Yes, that is the steepest in the park. Ooh, that's a really nice ride. It's opened in 2007, so pretty nice. And yes, next one is Millennium Force, the first ever Giga coaster by Intamin, opened in 2000. Since then, it's been getting Golden Ticket Awards for being the best coaster. The Raptor. This is another B&M inverted coaster. No, this is not like Six Flags Over Texas. That is a clone. This is actually different. So, it opened up in 96. and it actually it's the tallest, fastest, and longest inverted coaster. And actually, this also was the first coaster. Oh wait, sorry, it didn't open '96. It opened '94, and it's actually the first inverted coaster with the Cobra Roll, as you see right here. That's what a Cobra Roll is. You see it on most boomerangs, but this was the first inverted coaster to have a Cobra Roll. Next is Rougarou, the transition to B&M Floorless. I thought this was kind of a rough ride because it's a B&M floor, because it used to be a stand-up coaster. I've never got to actually ride the stand-up coaster, which I'm very sad about because I've never actually gone on a stand-up coaster. But yeah, opened up in '96 and was the tallest, fastest, and steepest stand-up coaster when opened. That's actually pretty cool. Ah yes, now we have Steel Vengeance, the newest one in the park. This is a RMC hybrid hypercoaster. Listen to that. Hybrid hypercoaster. It's a hybrid coaster made by RMC that goes over 200 feet. So this was a refurbishment of Mean Streak. It was actually, like, from other people, they've said Mean Streak was a really good ride. It's just over time the tracks started to wear, and it didn't get a good ride. But yeah, Steel Vengeance, very fun ride, very intense, loved it. Top Thrill Dragster. This is the first Strata coaster, also made by Intamin. And then the other Strata coaster is also made by Intamin, so technically Intamin is the only one making Strata coasters. But this is a Strata coaster. It opened up in 2003. At the time, it was the tallest and fastest roller coaster in the world. Now it is the second tallest, right behind Intamin's own King Ka at Six Flags Great America. And the third fastest, right behind both King Ka and Ferrari World. Dang it, Ferrari World goes seriously fast. Oh yes, now we have Valraven, the B&M dive coaster. The tallest, fastest, and longest dive coaster in the world. And actually, I think this was originally there's actually been rumors that this is originally supposed to go to Carowinds in 2016 when this was supposed to open. But it never went to Carowinds because Cedar Point needed to get more attendance, and this helped it. Okay, so this is Wicked Twister. It's an Intamin inverted impulse launch coaster. Just to make it... Okay, let's say this. Let's make it easy. It's an Intamin inverted launch coaster. So basically take a B&M invert, let it be made by Intamin, but it's a multi-launch coaster. So that's what it is. And actually, it is the tallest inverted coaster in the world. Even taller than all of B&M inverts. Even though it opened in 2002. Now I've got Wilderness Run. This is the Intamin's child coaster. I don't know if that's actually correct how to say it, but that's how I think it is. So this was actually opened in 1979 and was the first coaster manufactured by Intamin. Like that's a pretty big achievement to hear, like to see that Intamin's first coaster is still around at the roller coaster capital of America. And at first, this was known as Junior Gemini. I think this was like right when Planet Snoopy. This was like probably right in front when the gate was right in front of Gemini. So yeah, when it got moved to Camp Snoopy, it was renamed Wilderness Run. And then we've got Woodstock Express. This is a Vekoma Junior coaster. It is all opened in 1999 and also, like Wilderness Run, was located in Camp Snoopy. So yeah, hope you guys liked the video. Like and subscribe. Please, if you haven't already, go ahead and watch the other Cedar Point video I made about kind of what would be going to Cedar Point in 2020, because it's going to be 150, because right now it's 148 years old, so it's got to be big. But yeah, like, subscribe, watch the video, peace out.